We'll be comparing the population versus the quality of life in the years 2013 to 2023 between 30 countries. Our goal for this set of data is to compare the growth rates and how that can affect the quality of life between the countries. Let's begin.
Our research topic was population versus quality of life. Our linking variable is countries, and we had 30 of them. Our independent variable is population by country. Our dependent variable was quality of life between 2013 and 2023. And our two strata was quality of life in 2013 and quality of life in 2023.
The mean and median define averages, and our data sets, we had two data sets with both. So for the mean, 2013 was 102, and then 2023 was 131, while the median was 155 for 2013, and then 151 for 2023. For the average, I would use the mean just because it displays our data much better, because the trend is that the quality of life goes up, so we choose the average that goes up. So for the quality of life, the 2013 histogram, it's bimodal, which means it has two peaks and two separate groups are visible. These two groups are 10 to 70 and 130 to 190. Both of them have 11, meaning they are the highest countries. The quality of life 2023 histogram is left skewed, which means the graph veers to the right and the graph's trail is longer on the left side. We can tell from this histogram that the quality of life altogether has gone up because of the way it rises.
Our standard deviation for 2013 was 66.85. A standard deviation is a measure of how dispersed the data is in relation to the mean. You can tell our standard deviation in 2013 is much more spread out than 2023, which is 43.76. This is because we had a much more variety of numbers in 2013 opposed to 2023, which is much more clustered and closer together.
Now moving on to our scatter plots. So we can see in our scatter plot of 2013, we have a negative trend, but a very weak correlation, as all the spots are very, very dispersed and they don't really have a strong cluster. But we can still, however, see that the line of best fit and most of the clusters or spots are moving downwards, however. Looking at our scatter plot of 2023, we can see a similar trend. However, many of the spots are higher up. As we can see, we had many more between 0 and 50 in 2013 and a lot less in 2023. We also still see a very weak correlation, and we do still see a negative trend, but our line of best fit is starting to even out more horizontally, so we're starting to see a shift in the trends.
As for our correlation, both were negative and very weak. However, 2013 was a little bit higher. Our correlation coefficient for both years is extremely weak, and this indicates our two strata and their independent variable move downwards in a very loose cluster.
Validity. So to ensure our data was valid, we made sure to take it from 30 different countries across the world. To define quality of life, it's defined by the World Health Organization as an individual's perception of their position in life in the context of the culture and value systems in which they live and in relation to their goals, expectations, standards, and concerns. We chose from a range of countries that had low and high populations, as well as countries that were poor and wealthy. We compared the population size to the quality of life for each country using the same website each time to ensure that our results were not skewed. Limitations. We had some countries that we initially picked that were over 1 billion people, and we found that these were skewing our results and making very big outliers that were not fitting with the trend. Some bias occurred when we initially picked well-known or popular countries opposed to a variety of countries. Countries seen with a population higher than 100 million had a quality of life drop that we saw, and countries with especially high populations that are over 1 billion have an extremely low quality of life. This is a list of countries that we used.
In conclusion, we found that the quality of life in 2023 is dependent on the population of 2023 and as well with 2013. The population depends on the country and where it's located. Limitations come in when a population was over 1 billion. We didn't have any outliers. Bias occurred when choosing popular countries opposed to countries that not many people knew about. Wealth, climate, location of country, and historical impacts all tie into quality of life index.
We hope this presentation was very informative for you and that you were able to understand the relation between quality of life and populations in these countries. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed.
What matters most to you? Wealth or health? Happiness or schools? Is clean air as important as personal safety? Does your age, your gender, or your income level affect your choices? At the OECD, we believe there is more to life than cold economic statistics. Our Better Life Index has enabled people from all over the world to express what is most important to their lives. Their responses show that people in Latin America, eager for their children to have the best opportunities, are more likely to rate education as the most important out of 11 life factors. In North America, life satisfaction and work-life balance are top priorities. While in Europe, the main concerns are health, education, and the environment. People in the Asia-Pacific region rate safety as a high priority, including in Japan. How can we close the gap between being safe and feeling safe? In Australia, a land of wild outback and stunning beaches, but also long working hours, people worry most about their work-life balance. Gender and age affects preferences. Men tend to assign more importance to income, while women give more value to work-life balance and community. Money and happiness are paramount for young people, while the environment, civic engagement, and health become more important with age. It's clear that a young boy in India won't have the same priorities as an elderly woman in Norway. But the more we listen to what people want, the more we can do to make better policies for better lives. The Better Life Index is a way to tell your government what you want. More than 110,000 users in 180 countries and territories have shared their views on what makes for a better life. Make your voice heard. Put yourself on the map.